What's up, everybody? I hope everybody's doing well today and this week, or whenever you watch this, you get a chance to watching this. Hopefully, you do. I'm sure my mic's all right here. Just kind of a weekly update again from the social media detox. If anybody going through the same thing, potentially, or maybe even just thought about maybe trying to do it and see if it makes their life better. I think this is week 4. Potentially been almost a month, a little over a month. When it comes to Facebook, Instagram, and especially Snapchat, right, and just detoxing off that, it's been positive. I don't miss it. There's been occasions where it's been like, well, I should get back on there. To not necessarily to see what's going on, but just to share what's going on in my life. But it's just like kind of going back to why do I need that validation? I didn't need that validation before social media and everything was out. So yeah, it's just obviously it's a detox process. You're gonna have some times and periods of um kind of relapsing, I guess if you'd say. Um but right now it's going well. If anything changes with that, I'll let you know. Online dating aspect of it anyway is still I'm never gonna touch that again. I don't see there as a real need to do that. Um, and that kind of rolls me into my next two things I wanted to briefly discuss about, and that's one is just kind of my overall mindset right now. Not necessarily you need advice or anybody's experience, but just dating in general. Maybe it was because of the last relationship I was in, and I've kind of lived 3 lives in the short matter of period of time, right? So, um, obviously, I was as a kid, teenager, college kid, got engaged, got married, did the husband thing, went through the divorce racket. Um, you know, kind of sowed my oats after the divorce, did the dating thing, and now it's like I don't have a problem with getting at this stage of my life of getting dates without social media necessarily or dating apps, but I'm really running out of effort um, to do it. Why? It's like why? Right? I got a lot of things that I'm doing in my personal life that keeps me busy with my career. Uh, Definitely tasks within that, trying to make myself better and advance my career and just be more knowledgeable and being an expert in your field, whether that might be right. I don't know if I see myself as being an entrepreneur eventually. I know everybody's like, start your own business or, don't work for somebody else or you go broke, blah, blah, blah. I already did kind of a video. It's probably a half-assed video on, definitions of success. I don't think you need to start your own business to be successful. I think you can find success in a lot of different facets of life, not just with money, but with personal gains and stuff too, and your personal life and your relationships. But if you're talking about career wise, as long as you're doing something that you like to do, love to do, even if you love to do it, that's great. But my job, I don't necessarily, I would say I love it, but there's aspects I like better than others, right? So it all kind of evens out. I think that comes with a lot of different things. Even if you own your own business, right? There's things with that you don't like. But um, not to be rambling off here. But I you get busy doing things. Personal goals as well with how you maybe you want your body to be or your friendships, or there's clubs or hobbies you want to join, and when you put some more effort and energy in that, so my time, me personally, has dwindled down to where I like my alone time, my free time. And like an example, like this afternoon, right? I could potentially hang out with somebody tonight, but do I really want to? I don't know. you know, I've been sick this past week with the seasonal flu. I usually don't get sick, but it's been a kind of a hindrance more than just like a bedridden illness. But it's been like, I feel okay to do stuff, but I'm just not full capacity. So I haven't been to the gym, and my routine's been screwed. And fortunately, I've been lucky enough to work from home, so I haven't taken any PTO. But it's like, I feel good today. I dropped my daughter off. I got the house cleaned up. It's like, I got this afternoon. What do I want to do? Do I want to hang out with this person or not? I've only hung out with her one other time. Um, she's open to hanging out or not hanging out. It's kind of up to me. And it's always like, well, I do, but do I not? I think I'm almost as happy or more happy of just doing my thing at home, cooking myself dinner, watching my show, playing a little video games or whatever. I've been playing some of the retro NES games from nostalgia reasons. Then do I want to date, right? Do I want to continue this? And then again, if I'm having this feeling in my experience, she really isn't hitting all the cylinders, I guess, if you'd say. So I kind of have to evaluate that. So, but it's an odd period in my life where I'm alone but not lonely. I'm happy. I'm not. Happiness isn't a state. It's a isn't a. You can't maintain happiness, right? I'm content, right? And of course, there's more happy times and funny times than there are sad and depressed times, right? I think there's obviously ebbs and flows with this, but I'm pretty content on where I'm at, and if something comes along, that's great. If not, I'm not gonna force it, right? So, I just it's weird being at this age, not real young, not real old. It's definitely an odd spot to be in that I've never been in before. Um, and you kind of look back at yourself when you was a kid on where do you see yourself, when you got to this age. You really don't know. Do I really feel like I've accomplished everything? I think I have. I've kind of talked about that a little bit too before, of just, I should have set my expectations a little bit higher, because everything that I thought that I would like to have as an adult, I've kind of achieved. Should have set that mark a little bit higher, but I didn't. So hopefully this isn't getting too much interference, or I'm not too close or too far away. But that goes into my next thing. I don't want to ramble on. Again, this is kind of a vlog. I'm not a self help coach. I don't have any clients. It's just kind of my own personal hobby to get more comfortable with talking in front of a camera, talking in front of people, or just conversing with just anybody out there in the world, right? And just being able to articulate a thought out of your head, right? So I think this is some good skills that doesn't get any better than you are in, unless you practice. The other thing is I wrote something down on my notes, and this is just um, part of the dating thing is and especially with the red pill scenario. And yeah, I've gone down all the red pill avenues. I watch all the pretty popular red pill content. I like some of it. I don't like some of it. I like more of it than I don't dislike it. But I think you know that topic can probably be another topic I talk about. But it's true that you can't put the genie back in the bottle, right? Once you see how things really are, you can't go back to being your younger, naive self, right? Especially when it comes to dating in relationships, and even friendships for that matter, or even business, and even with work, right? So I mean, with work, right? I mean, I'm a highly qualified professional in my line of field, and I haven't necessarily been promoted. I've been given raises, but I haven't been given potentially promotions in the past, because of one, I always thought it was my age being too young, but now I'm a little older. I got more experience. I've been around the block, but it's been more of who you know more than who you are kind of deal, and what's your qualifications, and are you the right person for that job. Not saying that others may not be a good fit either, but given a fair shake at an opportunity hasn't really came my way lately. So, and that's reality, right? You can't go away from that. And I guess, that's kind of the thing when you think that younger, things were fair and it's a fairy tale land, and it's not that in any aspect of life, right? Whether it's corporate America or it's out in the wilderness trying to survive, right? And then obviously you got the wilderness that you call dating and relationships and friendships and family members and things like that, right? Once you understand and figure out who people really are, how people are motivated, right? You can't go back to thinking the way you used to, right? And I kind of wrote this down because of women and female nature, and it is true what they say, um, that you know guys in a way love for real, meaning that there's no um real stipulations you got to meet, right? We're obviously we're visual creatures, but if you're loyal, you're good looking, I mean, typically when you fall in love, you fall in love, and it's hard to get out of that mindset of the fairy tale romance that everybody plays, right? Y'all just tell her how you feel and she'll change your mind. That's not how it works majority of the time, right? I think that if you're in a relationship and you're to that point, and you have and the opportunity presents itself, I think you should be transparent to how you really feel about her, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. But confessing your love to somebody isn't going to make them love you more. It's about how they feel, right? How they feel about you and the way they make you feel. And I think in my past, I've been a little bit more of a lame duck, kind of a square peg kind of guy, right? I don't really rock the boat either way. I guess you could probably say that even in I guess in my my personal life and my business career too. Even though I have my business career, I probably have a little bit more than that, a little bit more than I do in my relationships. But being the nice guy has never gotten me anywhere. Being a good dad is something that I strive to be, and I love doing that. But being a good dad's never gotten me laid. No one's ever dropped their panties in wanting to, have my babies because I'm a good dad or a good friend, right? It's pretty mellow, right? It's about what the guy brings to the table, right? You aren't really loved conditionally or unconditionally, I guess you are loved conditionally, but you aren't loved unconditionally like your parents love you, right? Or your siblings, or like my daughter who loves me, right? So, that could change, depending on how my relationship is with her. It could be like she only loves me when she wants something or wants money, right? But that could go over for any kid, whether it's male or female. So, but once you figure that out, it's hard to go back. You can't be naive, right? Even in dating and every interaction, it's hard to be naive. I wish I could be. I wish, ignorance is definitely bliss. But again, when you can't put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste tube, right? You just like can't put the genie back in the bottle once it's out. So, once you understand female nature and human nature and how things really are in the world, it's hard to go back to your naive self. You can't bury your head and forget about it. Wish you could, but um, and people brought this up before, but it's like the Matrix. Whenever was it Snape or whoever wants to be put back in the Matrix, once you're out, you can't get put back in the Matrix, man. So, what you can do is you can use it to your best advantage, right? And that's what I have done post divorce. I've had pros and cons and ups and downs with it. Um, and I could share, and I've definitely grown, and definitely biggest thing that helps me out is I don't take life too seriously. We're not here for very long. There's no reason to get bent out of shape over spilt milk, right? Yeah, do I save my money? Do I invest? Yeah, I do that. But do I spend extra money here and there? Yeah, with my medical condition, um, and the likelihood of me living to be 55, 60, 65, a lot less than a normal person my age, even though I'm in good health now and I work out frequently and got a good physique, right? Chances are pretty slim. So why not enjoy life now when it comes to you before it's too late, right? Obviously, don't go into gambling debt or excessive credit card debt, but if you want to go on that trip, go on that trip, right? If you think you can swing it and afford it, or you know, justify it some way. I'm going on a golf trip, in this April for my, not necessarily for my birthday, but my, for some friends, and it's like, yeah, I mean, stuff like that. Obviously, I'm capable of doing. I'm in financial position to do that, but if something else comes up and I want to do it, I'll definitely do it. So again, just make keep that in mind. But that's one thing you can do to kind of counteract if you're out of this space, and obviously keep a positive mindset. Be humorous. Look at everything through a humorous lens. I think a lot of red pill people kind of don't do that. They do get, even though they say they don't get sour or they don't get turned off by some of the things that are going on, especially right now. Some of the tradcon stuff. Just make it humorous, man. I mean, just yeah, it is what it is. It's true, but fuck it. It ain't affecting my house, because I'm think it's gonna be funny, right? It's all gonna be fine. It's all gonna work out, and if it doesn't, then it's not over yet, So that's kind of my 2 cents. But again, I'll try to get another video out before a week, depending on how I feel and how busy I am this week with work. It's getting busier. Hopefully the weather starts breaking a little bit more. Still snowy out, but did get the papers to launch. Plan on launching the boat in April, so that's coming up soon. So that'd be good. But until then, hopefully everybody stays healthy and stay happy. So see you later.